All right. I think I am ready. Welcome. This is Arif, and this is my stream. We will be racing in iRacing tonight, and the goal is to achieve a B-class license, and I will show you how close we are. Ready. Welcome. This is Arif. All right. And this is my stream. You're basically 17 away from 4.0, and that'll supposedly immediately promote me to B class, as it states here. I've already satisfied the minimum of 4 races by quite a number more. But in any case, we're going to do something pretty bold here. There is a race that we'll go ahead and register for here. There are 4 different series in the IRX class. 2 with the free car they give you, which is the IRX Lite, and 2 which is the grown-up version, which is a little bit more powerful. In any case, we'll be racing in 3 of them with the hopes of being able to race in the 4th one for the first time, which requires me to be in B class. So if I can get 17.17 iRating in the next 3 races, then at 9 p.m. we'll be able to participate in the B class event, which I'll show you here. So those are the 4 classes. We'll be registering for this. Again, so don't forget. Currently, we're ranked 51st in this series. All right, so we have 5 minutes there. This is the grown-up cars here. Hopefully, there'll be enough participants to run. So this new GUI in iRacing is pretty useful. You can see certain things you couldn't before. For instance, at 7:30 there was 2 participants, so that was not a full grid, therefore not an official race. Last official race was at 6:30 with 9 participants and Gym 1. So hopefully that'll populate with at least 4 people to make it official. If it doesn't, we'll run some time trials to get the iRating. That again, hopefully 0.17 iRating in 3 races. That's going to be tight, but we'll see. So yeah, first things first, we'll be in the IRX Lite, Beta Lite series, fixed, and then going into fixed big boy class, hopefully with an official grid of a minimum of 4 racers. And then this is my favorite, the open of the Beetle Lite. So I am currently 21st. It's kind of cool to see yourself on the first page of the overall participants. Mr. Kieran Lifflander here, he's kind of the Leopold Stravinsky of IRX, at least on iRacing is concerned. You'll see him every now and then, maybe even Skype. And when he does, everybody kind of like gets out of the way, like Bugs Bunny and Leopold Stravinsky. For those of you familiar with that. All right, so enough talking. Let's get to racing, Rick. So this is kind of also my first real stream, if you will. So bear with me if I get some of my OBS things wrong, but I'll show you around my rig here while we wait. Let me turn off the game capture or display capture. So, welcome to Megatron, formerly known as the Indycar. This is my sim rig. All right. Welcome to Megatron. We play with a couple of different views, and if any of you happen to be on and watch for any period of time and prefer one over the other, please do comment. Now, that's the other thing I should mention. I do have the live chat on, but I don't currently have a window open. I guess I could open a YouTube window. That's probably a smart thing to do. I do have my phone open, so I'll see it on my phone. I don't want too many things running on my computer. Although I'm not really hurting for horsepower either over here. Part of Megatron is beating away over there. Alright, let's see what's going on. Currently 1 minute from getting split. Got some Division 1 drivers up here, so I'm pretty strong on this track, but you know, Division 1 drivers are Division 1 drivers, so. Getting split. Yeah. In the meantime, let's make sure everything is ready.
.315.
Let's finish this lap. Might even be fast. Not a terrible lap. I didn't get penalized, so still legal, hopefully. Oh yeah, good lap.
39.624. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Two.
Front left, 99%. Left rear, 100.
Oh, that's annoying. Sorry about that.
The leader's just done a 41.6.
Alright, let's see who we are racing with here. A couple of fast guys for sure. The divisions are based on iRating, so the lower the number, the higher their iRating. Division 1 being the fastest people. top 5 would be reasonable and good. So
The leader has just done a
the goal for
40.4.
tonight is to gain 0.17 safety rating. And technically, all I would have to do is just a bunch of time trials, and every 8 laps clean, you get like roughly 0.03. So I could do that 5 or 6 times and get my B for sure. But we're going to do it on the track with competition, and that weighs into the award matrix. So we should gain typically 5 to 10 or 0.05 to 0.10 iRating. So 3 good races we should get to 4.0 iRating. Alright, let's qualify. I'll give you a POV shot for the qualifying, just for fun. Taking the Joker because the first lap doesn't count, so I'm setting up the exit here so I can just blow through the start at high speed.
Green, green, green. Here comes your first time left.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 93 Fahrenheit. The leader has just done a 40.3.
One more lap to go. 39.755.
You'll see me hit the sausage curves. It's intentional, not that much, but help rotate the car. You can gain or lose so much time, like on this last corner, through the dirt. That was slow.
There's the checker.
P4. No, 2. So you're numbered by your iRating. I am number 4, driver 4, and I graded P2.
That's the end of the session. P3.
Could be P3. Thank you, Jim, for correcting me. It could be good or bad because these guys are fast and don't want them to roll over you from behind. Alright, down to votes. Enjoy.
The track temp is 98 Fahrenheit. The air temp is 76. You've got cold tyres, so we need to get some heat into them.
Remember that you have to use the joker.
This will be a standing start. Okay, 3. Let's get this right. No fuck-ups.
Green flag, green flag.
early Joker. Watch this. So you can deploy it in two ways. In this track, the Joker
You
is
completed the
shorter,
Joker lap.
and we're allowed to take it on the first track, so first lap. So now I'm in front of everyone. But had I stayed behind them, I might have
The next car
run
is
into the back of
sketchy.
them.
Mega.
So regardless, they're faster than when they take their Joker,
42.73.
they will pass me. But the point is, I have cleared the track. See, just saw somebody behind me take the Joker. Okay, off track.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
The leader has just done a 35.1.
41.919.
Okay, 3. The next car is Morris. Car number 5. B license.
.067. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Is 4.0 seconds off the pace. It's now 2.6.
.797.
The gap to Mick behind is increasing. It's now 2.3.
Probably a better way to take that corner. There's so much time spinning. Try a
41.493.
But again, we're just looking for safety rating right now. See how hitting the tip of the sausage curve just spins your car around just that little bit. Too much.
40.851. That was your fastest lap of the session.
It'll slow you down. Like that. It's too much. That's okay.
Push now. The guy behind is catching.
Perfect.
Alright, man. It's white flag this time by. One more to go.
The guy in front is Mick. Car number 3. B license.
I'll be happy with 5.
41.2.
White flag. One more to go. The gap to Mick ahead is increasing. It's now 2.4 seconds.
and I like to celebrate in a very particular
Okay,
way.
we're done.
There's the checkered flag.
Actually, I've never gone entirely around the track.
There you go,
but
man. Good job, driver.
Before I forget, I'll just go in the pits here. I gotta register for the next race.
Engage the limiter. Left front, 181 Fahrenheit. Right front, 172. Rear left, 183. Right rear, 166.
Alright, so it looks like there were 3 already registered, and I was able to register in time. So it should be an official race. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So we are joining the next session. Which is Charlotte in the big boy cars. And there are only 4 of us. And I apparently have the highest iRating, which means I also have the most iRating to lose. But I can already see without checking the results that we are only 0.1 away from our goal. Starting to sound like a telethon, but as the title states, this is a no sleep till Brooklyn or
2 minutes to go,
license.
2 minutes.
Shouldn't be too difficult, as long as we stay clean. So we've got a minute and a half to practice or chill. And let's shut up because I'm talking to myself and concentrate on the mission. This is a pretty tough track actually for this car. This car has a lot more power. I think I'll want to make sure and do is just stay off the wall.
Green, green, green. Here comes your first time left.
Temperature's decreasing. It's now 89 Fahrenheit.
One more lap. 45.283.
Just 45.3. Time was 46.3.
There's the checker.
P1 by 2/100ths, 2/10ths.
That's the end of the session. You're on pole. Well done.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Gotta stay clean. Doesn't matter.
8 laps. Cold tyres all round.
You have to run. 1 joker lap. 1.
Standing start now. Concentrate. Be ready.
Green, green, green. Car on your right. Clear on the right.
Car is Hadsack, car number 2, and their rating is 1.4.
So, I'm not sure if I'm able to take the Joker on lap 1 of Charlotte. Otherwise, I would have just to get some separation.
4.943.
V2.
Because I think I'm faster than
1.1
5.
seconds.
If he doesn't take it, I'll take it. Well, gotta get a little closer first. No, now that I said that, he's hauling us.
The leader has just done a 45.3.
46.475.
46.5.
That works too. So, we're still 0x. They're pretty generous
You're now in the lead.
with contact in iRacing series. Go ahead and take the Joker now. Get out of the way.
You completed the Joker lap. .227.
The gap to Patsak behind is increasing. It's now 13 seconds.
That outside wall is easy to tap. If you get close, just let it coast. Otherwise, you tap it and get spun around, and the guy behind you wrecks. Ooh. Those are not good either.
.736.
Fuel levels are fine.
I think this is the hardest turn. Very intimidating. Because of the walls.
Just done
46.677. .889. That was your fastest lap of the session.
We can win this. That's your best lap in the session.
One more lap to win.
It should be a title of a song. One more lap to win.
45.682. That was your
You know
fastest
that's
lap
when
of
it
the
gets
session.
exciting.
2/10 off the pace in Sector 1. Sector 2 is 0.4 off the pace. Sector 3 time is fast.
Unnecessary. Might look cool in the replay. Definitely fun, but slow.
Well done. Great win. You deserved that today.
Tonight's dinner's on me.
Alright. That went to plan. All except the fastest lap. But I'll take it. 0x in the C class, and then I gotta register quick. Register 19 seconds. Go boy. Oh shit. Go. I had to quit out of that one. Register with 7 seconds to go. And he makes it. 2 seconds. Wow. That was close. So, we might even have achieved our goal of safety rating with this race. So, we'll see in a second here. If I look like Babe Ruth calling out his B license like a home run in whatever field, but could also not, and have to change the title of this broadcast. So let's get out of here. Yay, we are registered. And let's double check. So don't think we've got it because, oh, there comes the last one. So we've got 2 updates here. Here we gained 3.9. Yep, we knew that. And here, 0.05 away. All right. Damn. Wow. One chance. 0.05 or maybe even 0.06 I need to get my B license in order to participate in this in 13 minutes. Because right now it says I'm not eligible to compete. Oh, that might not be the worst thing because actually I just bought this track, and that was the other reason why I wanted to get my B, because I haven't raced in a series with this track. So if we don't get it, we'll just do a time trial and learn the track. In the meantime, Brands Hatch in my favorite series. iRacing Light open.
The leader's just done a 114.4. The leader's just done a 111.2.
What was that, you asked? It's T. Black English. Tetley. No, yeah, I am a tea-aholic. Previously social drinker, decided to give that up for just a change, and seemed to work out. However, I've taken a very extreme fondness to tea, so I drink a lot of tea. All right, here we go. Qualifying. Shut up, Reed. This is a great track.
Green, green, green. All right, man, here comes your first time lap.
Long breaking point.
Increasing. It's now 102 Fahrenheit.
Too late. Gotta get a clean lap in though. I don't think I'll have time for another one. It'll just be a slow lap. It's okay.
The leader has just done a 59.9.
Probably a 102.
One more lap to go. 2.34.
You're currently 2.5 off the pace. That was a 102.3.
Just as I thought. Okay. 0.05 high rating. 0.05
That's
high
the
rating.
end of the session.
Or
B2.
safety rating. That's all we need. 0.05. So only 3 of us. It is an official race. There are only 3 taking the grid. Oh, and Francis.
8 laps. Cold tires all
Nascar.
round.
Oh, there are 4.
You have to run. 1 joker lap. 1.
Don't hit me, guys, please.
Okay, standing start. Alright, breathe.
Start
Stay
back.
calm. Focus.
Green, green, green.
Pilots.
That's fucking dick. Hope you get hit by a fucking bus.
Oh, that's nice.
Your start's okay. We can build something from this.
7.044.
The gap to Kuri ahead is increasing. It's now 1.4.
As soon as I'm clear of third, a little more, I'm going to take my joker so I don't forget and get penalized.
2.373.
I'm not going to catch the guy in front unless he hits a wall or does something silly. .05 iRacing, baby, or safety rating. That's all we need. This is going to be epic if I get it. Yep, I'm taking it.
P2, the gap to ahead is increasing. It's now 4.9 seconds.
You completed the Joker lap.
Alright, we're good. 5 more laps.
5.333.
The gap to Ransom behind is increasing. It's now 5.8 seconds.
Cut.
They say you cut the course. You have to slow down and give up the time gained.
You'll need to give back the time gained.
Take it nice and easy here. The goal is in sight, I do believe.
.946.
Fuel's good.
Sometimes you can outbreak yourself in that first corner there. I have a funny story about that last turn there. I think randomly I raced against John Doohan, who I believe there is a John Doohan president of IMSA. Anyway, there was a John Doohan, I believe, that I raced against. And we had an incident coming together on that corner.
3.074.
And he exchanged some very choice words with me. Very heated. I'm like, apologize. Like, whoa, sorry, man. You know, I just got on. Totally understandable. And it was like a practice. So, a little bit out of, not necessary, basically. But in any case, I was wondering if that was John Doohan, the IMSA president. I wouldn't put it past him. You know. But in any case, I'm sure he's a great guy. Not trying to get him in trouble for, you know, yelling at me for hitting him on a corner.
The gap to Ransom behind is increasing. It's now 8.6 seconds. Two to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium. 1 gallon remaining.
.05. Come on, baby. It's gonna be epic. I was kind of debating whether or not I would force this B-class issue because, you know, once I'm B-class, well, everybody's gonna expect you to be a B-class driver. Whereas if you're just a good C-class driver, then, you know, you have a little bit of a buffer. But in any case, looking forward to the open series of the Big Boy IRX cars. Tuning my Ford Fiesta.
We have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Sunoco sponsored Ford Fiesta.
Alright, man. White flag. 1 more lap to go.
Here we go. Is this it? The beginning of the B-class era.
3.18.
Okay, breathe. 1 more to go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
.05 safety rating. The drama is building. Regardless, we'll definitely sit out that first race. Certainly would be ill-advised to jump into a new series, new track, but oh shit. Oops, nope. No F's. But
Half a gallon of fuel
always
remaining.
the last lap. Shit like that happens. But yeah, so let's see. Come on. Big money, big money. Last corner. 3 perfect races.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
We got a 5th in top split. We got a 1st in something, and then 2nd in top split.
Great drive.
0
That's a
X.
podium.
There's the checkered
The
flag.
goal was to get .17.
There you go, man. Good job, driver.
We've achieved .12 so far. I won't donut because I'll probably get an X for that and foil our plan. So I will rewind and let you guys enjoy a little replay while I hold that up.
That's the end of the session.
Oh boy, the results are in, and we will reveal them live. Here we go. This is so cheesy, but kind of cool at the same time, so in a second, let me pause this. As a matter of fact, we're good here. You know how it ended. And then, here we go. Results are ready for the race event Brands Hatch Circuit. .05. Survey says, oh my god. Okay, all good. Is that not hilarious though? Wow. 0 incidents. But .01 deficient from our goal. It's okay. That is okay. Because what this means is we will be qualifying for the 12 p.m. event. And, you know, honestly, I don't even know because I haven't been able to participate in these. Yeah. See, nobody really even, it's not that populated. It's like 1 p.m. was the last fully populated race. So, yeah, no problem. We'll jump in, learn the new track, and then do a time trial. And That's a guaranteed 0.03, and we'll get our B license in the next 15 minutes here. How funny though. See? Safety rating met. Achieve 4.0 for fast track promotion. We are at 3.99. Wow. Okay. So, then, IRX open setup was the goal. We are getting into the big boy Ford Fiesta. And we'll get into a session and just do some slight tuning, perhaps. Make do my differentials a certain way. So I won't get any iRating for this. You know what? We're gonna take a step back because we're just gonna go for the home run. You know, to extend our Babe Ruth analogy, we're gonna go for the home run, and I'm going to go for a single time trial of another track, and then that way that will secure the 0.3 and the license, and we can just participate in the practice session. So here we go, time trial. You'll notice it says ranked there, so as long as I don't hit a wall, you know, do anything stupid, it's probably not the best track to do this, but you know, of the ones this week, this is probably the safest. I had to think about it. Maybe that last one, or Charlotte. Charlotte's definitely the worst with that wall. We just did Brands Hatch. We'll do the first instinctual choice. All right. Wow. More drama. But in the process, we've exceeded 1,800, which, you know, iRating isn't really the most important thing to me. You know, it's kind of cool to be like 51st. Now, this is the rookie class, so everybody participates in this, even just, you know, to dabble, and then they either like it or it's like, oh, that sucked, and then never do it again, and never bother to try any of the other series. Again, you get the light car for free with the iRacing subscription, the license, if you will. So anybody can participate in the rookie IRX series here, which we are waiting for our practice session or a time trial session to open, because all we need is 0.3. 0.3. 0.03 or 0.01, or technically probably 0.02 to be 4.01. But presumably, if we do 8 clean laps, we'll get 0.03 and exit the C class, entering the lonely world of B. There was a way to like see your license. Yeah, right here. So I've been C for almost a year, and then I stopped the series, picking it back up a little bit before Christmas, and then with a intentional goal to try and compete in every race for this second 2005 season. So let's get into our session here. Phoenix, which is the first track we raced tonight of the three. Competed in top split and got fifth with 0 incident points and additional safety rating, bringing us so close to our telethon goal of 4.01 B class. Please do help, folks, if you have the means and the ability to donate your safety rating to a better cause. Now is the time. Thank you. Okay, so this is official. I can't F around. As you can see here, 10 clean laps required. 10. Doesn't mean I have to do 10 blazing laps. But I'm pretty sure I can't do 10 joker laps because that would bypass the hardest part of the track. I'm going to do 9 regular and 1 joker per the regular rules. So here we go. I'm going to do something different, maybe give you the POV here. I know it is a little blown out. Earlier in the day with the backlighting or ambient lighting, you could see it better, but I'll leave this up for a bit. Okay, 10 laps to beat. Another song title, 10 laps to beat. So people struggle a lot with that jump, and I do it often still, but I'm a lot better than I was, and this corner here is a beast. The toughest part is, right now you see the surface is fairly untouched, so over the race,
43
racing line develops, and iRacing takes the time to having different dynamics offline versus online. So it's very important. And it's very difficult to predict the car's dynamics. Temperature, of course, also plays a big part. Tire wear, not so much, I don't think. Maybe tire pressure. When you're cold, your tires are not as pressurized.
42.123. That was your fastest lap of the session.
So the key to this is to kind of get comfortable with driving on the slippery surface and try as best as you can to drive it as if it were asphalt or tarmac. Try to take the same lines. Again, it's super cool looking and fun to drift sideways and bang doors, but it's not the fastest.
41.675.
The fastest lap, if you watch the really fast drivers, actually looks very slow. They're just following normal line as if it were a road track, and often at very low RPMs, but good momentum, not a lot of wheel spin, and a lot of these little, touching the sausage barriers to help reorient you in the right direction. Other little things like that. I'm certainly not a expert but I find I
41.851.
am a little bit more adept to the slippery driving, such as you have here, and the I like the iRacing rain effects. But yeah, mostly compete in Sportscar Series. And always have a smile on my face when it rains. Because everyone complains, even the fastest guys, and I'm like, man, I got my Santa hat on.
40.61. That was your fastest lap of the session.
There was one endurance multi-class race where, you know, typically I compete just because I enjoy it and try to, you know, endurance racing is actually a really good way if you've lost a lot of safety rating, especially from, you know, other series that you actually compete in throughout the week. If you get into like a 2-hour endurance race and are able to stay clean, don't be surprised if you get like a full point of safety rating.
41.385.
Maybe not in a 2-hour race, but definitely in like a special event like a Daytona 24 or Petit Lemans or something like that. That's the best reason to participate in those and stay clean. Because you could go in a B class and exit an A class because of your safety rating boost. Speaking of, that's kind of the intent here. Lap 7. I'll go ahead and take you back to the main console here, if I can, with my fancy stream deck options.
41.84.
Okay, there it is. We are 2 laps away from B. I'm going to go ahead and take the Joker because I tend to forget things like that. I don't know if I'm even required, but I did it once and, you know, we might do an extra lap just to be safe. 11, including the Joker. But this is a definite B-class license upgrade. Otherwise, I'm calling iRacing or
40.002. That was your fastest lap of the session.
iRacing and demanding my subscription refund for false advertising. It's just epic though. I mean, what are the chances that I could stream a live up, you know, promotion and fell 0.01 short of the goal? Such is life, you know. Such is life. You're always 0.01 short.
41.01.
Penny short. That's the title. Penny short. You know, there's that thumbnail thing that people do, like the good YouTubers. They do the thumbnail, right? So they're like, oh, do I want to watch this or not? But that's a thumbnail. Penny short. And then dun dun dun, and of course they watch it. And I will not disappoint on the last lap, technically. But I'm going to do another one just for safety. It'll tell you right here. You can't see it.
42.23.
20 minutes.
Last 10. Does it? Yeah, it says. Yep. It says I've already done 11 laps, but you know what? We're here. This is the victory lap. That's what this is. But, word to the wise, if you ever do these time trials, you know, any incident point makes that strut back at 0, the counter. So, if I just hit this stanchion here or something and get an actual incident point accruement,
45.163.
be successful. Now, wait for it. Wait for it. this is going to be pretty notable. You know, let's just say that to be notable. So here we go. Switch us to our full screen display capture, and we're just going to exit out. Having completed our minimum of 10 clean laps of 11 full laps and a joker, so 12 laps, and needing 0.03 to advance. Survey says you have to withdraw from a time trial unless the time expires, which is about 30 minutes, I believe. And anytime now, anytime. Here we go, baby. All right, show daddy. There's daddy here. Show daddy. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. Oh, there it is. I am freaking Babe Ruth. Right there. Oh my God. I did it. Well, it was kind of predictable mathematically, but I did it. I didn't F it up. Wow. I'd like to thank the Academy for this great achievement in my iRacing career, as short as it has been. But wow, yeah. So there we go. Could end the stream here, but what would the fun in that be? Because now we get to race that track for the first time and maybe compete in half an hour, but unlikely because this doesn't appear to be a very populated series. But I haven't even looked, but if I have to guess, Kieran is, aka Leopold Stravinsky, is the leader. Of course. Yeah. Of course. So he is untouchable as far as I've seen. There are some very fast people, don't get it wrong. But Kieran is, if we just go through all the series, which we don't have to, other than to see that I am on the board as well with Kieran, which is kind of cool, right? What's the terminology? Validation by association or something like that. But yeah, these are the best 20 people in the world, and yours truly is down here for this split second of the week in iRacing, IRX Volkswagen Beetle Series Light. But that's little details. What's more important is that yours truly is also now. Oh, what? Now, I know I saw a B, and what? Oh, it's just not updated. This page. Oh, little glitch in iRacing there. They give you the certificate or whatever, and then this page is a little bit slow to update. Oh, no, there it is. Now I'm a B. There you go. B, 3.45, 1800. I could stop now. Anyways, let's jump in, check out the track. First time in a B series event, which is the big boy cars, open class. It's also a different format, which is like a heat race format, I believe. And it's probably why it's not very populated. Requires at least 10 people, I think. Yep. Oh no, minimum starters 4, so it can't be a heat race. In any case, friendship for open practice here. Don't want to go into a time trial, because I don't know the track and I'm expecting to have some X awarded. But these tracks are pretty short, so it shouldn't be too difficult. This is also an open series, so I'll make some of my differential tweaks. Should have a screenshot of somewhere. Not to share my secret sauce, of course, but to reference myself. Oh, that secret sauce. Yeah, that secret sauce. Ooh, nighttime. Where are we? Lucas Oil Raceway. Cool. Hopefully this, I just bought this earlier before starting this evening's festivities. Along with the Audi TCR. I like the TCR class, and I didn't intentionally buy it, but it was in a shopping cart for some reason. Got added there when I competed in the one of the series, because I already own the Honda and the Hyundai. But now I own the Audi. Oh, so here we are. You know what? We're just gonna forego the hoopla. We are gonna go straight up vanilla Lucas Oil setup. Hopefully it's here. I typically add, you know, the setup for, I think this is it. What is this called? The IRP. It sounds like, where are we at? Lucas Oil Raceway. There's no I or P. So we might have to improvise here. This looks a lot like Daytona to me in terms of its length of straight and stuff. So I have a Daytona setup, so I'm just going to start with that. And several Daytona setups. Surprised. Oh, it's because I have Daytona setups for the other series. You know, Iowa. That's what I'm talking about. Nope, nope, nope. Barcelona. 4. That was a week 13 event. Catalunya, 4 track. Definitely. Give it a shot. Yeah. Oh. Alright. New track.
You're going the wrong way.
You see? I was going to say the best thing is.
Been disqualified for reckless driving.
Oh, yeah. Well, not a good way to start. Yeah. So my B-class career, it started with a complete failure. I don't think I can actually even join another practice session. So time rolls over, so I am just going to join single test drive. Well, you can't see that, but take my word for it. That is what I'm doing. Meanwhile, no. The goal here is to get to the 10 o'clock start, and if there are people here, then we'll participate. If not, then we achieved half of our goal. And provided some unique, notable internet moments. So, this is not the correct setup I would want to use. Iowa. We might have to adjust the gear ratio a little bit. Alright, so that must be the exit over there, and this must be the right way to go. Although we are now in a test time trial, or test thing, so we won't get disqualified or anything. So I don't think this is the right way. If it is, this is amazing because it's just quite the straight. Oh, it is. Wow. Alright. Onto the dirt. Okay. Was that it? That's it. Okay. Sweet. Yeah.
49.018.
Must be a Joker over here. No, that's not the Joker. Where's the Joker? Oh, this is gonna be a fun track. Alright. Ooh. That was display capture. Oh, okay, I see it. No, that's not the Joker. Is it? I guess so. Yeah, it's right there. a very short joker at the end. Right there. Need some more roll bar there.
45.31. That was your fastest lap of the session.
Barcelona setup might be perfect for this.
Front right, 99%. Right rear, 99.
Circus started. Definitely too tall after fourth. Take a quick stab. So the secret sauce for me is a 50-50 on the front and then a real slidey rear. So that's how I like it. Fourth, I want to check that down. Too bad they don't have the final gear, and you can just change that.
.127. That was your fastest lap of the session. you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
That looks cool, but probably isn't the fastest way around there. It's fun. It's a joker.
45.678.
You're now 0.6 off your best.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
Front right 97%, rear right 98.
Let's see what's going on. Well, I figure we go beat up some people on Brands Hatch again. And then if people join the 10 o'clock, which I don't expect them to, we will participate. If not, then we will do something different. And it will be even better. Trust me. Famous last words. But we're going to do the D class again. You know what? No, we're not. We're actually going to pivot here. We've done plenty of IRX. I think it was mildly successful. We did gain our B license. So I'm going to go ahead and withdraw here. Too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. So also quit out of our session. And compete in another series that I don't embarrass myself in, typically. That is the Ringmeister. And this week, it just so happens that they are running the TCR. And this is the vehicle that I just bought because it was meant to be. The Audi. Now, I do have the Hyundai and the Civic as well. They both drive fairly similar, but these are all front-wheel drive cars. I've been told the Audi is different in terms of its gearbox and how it drives, so should be good. Gives me 15 minutes or so to get used to it, which should give me 2 laps if I went the whole way. But yeah, this is a fun series. There's a launcher there. There's another Hyundai, the Veloster, which I do not own. That would just be too much to own all four in a series, but hopefully more people will compete in TCR and they'll revitalize the series, release some new cars. So I'm going to take a quick pit stop here while this loads up. Be right back with the 10 p.m. Nürburgring Ringmeister in the newly purchased Audi RS3. And if it goes miserable, then we're going to jump into Hyundai and do the same race. But that should round it up pretty nicely here. Again, happy that I was able to do the E-Class and yeah, at least have a theme to this digital recording. It wasn't just me randomly failing. It was me randomly making an attempt not to fail and mildly achieving that goal. Be right back. Alright, I am back. And welcome to whoever decided to join the broadcast. We have achieved the initial goal of obtaining our B license live and in living color, and we have pivoted and will be participating in the Ringmeister with a new car. Maybe. I have 7 minutes to decide. Alright, here we go. Audi RS3 for the first time. Nice interior, like the dash. Very European smell to it. Yeah. I certainly like. I just highlight it. I spend a lot of time, making sure that the dash is visible through my steering wheel. Very proud of that, and it works out very well in this car. So here we go. It's a very popular car too. So
57 miles per hour.
luckily, this is a fixed series.
You're all clear.
Class,
Stay behind the line.
Fixed class series. So what you get is what you get. Again, front-wheel drive car. Really is a different animal to the GT cars. Although this one isn't, you beg to differ, but isn't as bad initially as the Civic and Hyundai. I like it. I think the force feedback's a little high though. Now we're at the Nordschleife. It's a brand new car, and we might just stick with it. We are registered. The deal with the Nordschleife is, it is a race. Do try to win it, but mostly try to survive it. So a lot of people, smart people mostly, including myself sometimes, depending on where I grid, will start in the pits. Because first lap, first corner, it is quite an event. Never fails. It's like a 25-minute race. It's only 3 laps. This car, the super fast guys can get around 7 minutes, but 7.5 is more typical. So that's about, almost 25 minutes with gridding and everything. We are 4 minutes from the split. 43 participants currently. So this series is always on this track, but it changes cars or car class every week. This week is a TCR. I've participated already with the Hyundai and just purchased this one to try out. Not a good place to park, dude. A very bad place to park, as a matter of fact. End up completing a lap, but might as well try out the backside. I do like the rear view mirror in this car. Almost makes the virtual mirror unnecessary, but I'm so used to it, I gotta leave it up there. Yeah. Nice. The driver one's a little needing adjustment. Not a good time to do it through the carousel. This is the highest part of the North Light Circuit, I believe, right here. And this section here, I believe, is Edward Soul. And this is Whipperman. Very fast and intimidating to those who are uninitiated with the green hell in a new car like that. But you don't want to brake, because you get run the hell over, and then people get pissed off. So, it's a big boy track, and this is a big boy area. This is Ashbach, which is also known as the YouTube corner, because that's the easiest area to access from the main road for tourists, and where most of the
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
videos you see on YouTube are taken. It says Sportscar, because it used to be a plant nursery of some sort in the past, and all sorts of stories to each one of these many corners. Like a Stefan Velhoff S right here. I believe he is, I don't know that he still holds the record, but he broke like maybe the 7-minute barrier. Might be the reason why he's breaking aim. That's certainly not the best place to park, but nobody was coming. And our session's starting. Let's see what we get. Again, don't expect victory. Top 10 would be a treat. A clean finish would be a success. Might be ready for another tea after this. Alrighty. We are currently gridded 13th, so this track or series as well, you get gridded based on your iRating, so you can't see it, but currently my iRating sucks. Let's just put it that way. But it doesn't suck the most. So it's kind of mediocre suck of this group of 25. The least suck is Rodrigo, and that's why he's number 1. And he's at 1.3. So let's just leave it at that. Going down to the last place, not to pick on last place, but Roger Romero is currently 0.6. So safe to say this is not the top split, which is good for us. What's bad for us is that we're right in the middle of it. So again, we could just start the pits, and probably 5 cars will wreck on the first corner, and then that'll put us in the top 20. Or we could start in the middle and really be careful and finish top 10. That sounds like a better idea. Front wheel drive. Sounds like you have a lot of power, but just because your front
Pit exit
tires
is
are
clear.
lifting off the ground. You're spinning your tires. I like this series because, you know, again, it is very different than any other car. You know, I'd say driving like an open wheel to a GT or prototype car is more similar than driving this to a GT car. So, it's, you know, although it also does involve a lot of trail braking, this series or this type of car, because you have to put a lot of the weight on the front tires in order to maintain traction for acceleration and turning. On a rear-wheel drive or four-wheel drive car, the weight is being transferred to the rear tires, and it naturally gains traction as you accelerate. The opposite is true for front-wheel drive cars. To a point. Braking and turning on the braking is even more crazy. But, you know, typically these cars are also obviously not the highest in horsepower, so it's a nice series because it's very close racing as well. I like this car. The bad thing about buying a new car is I never drive the other ones. You know, once I get the new one, it's like, you know, I have like 5 GT3 cars and all I drive is the Mustang. Because it is a superior car, but, you know, I'm sure it's not always the fastest. And I've got, you know, BMW, the Corvette, Ferrari, Porsche, but Mustang, baby. All day. This one's not a disappointment, for sure. If anyone's looking to get into a TCR, I would say this one is more similar to a GT or type performance than a Honda or a Launcher. I could be completely wrong and it's just a placebo thing because I bought this car and it's an Audi. But, you know, I'm hoping they update it or add cars to the series. Now, I'm talking through a lot of
Yellow
this
flag, keep your wits about you,
track,
mate.
but as you can imagine, it is a very intense track, and only because I compete in this series regularly and have way too many laps on this track in various cars, am I able to almost let my subliminal driver take over, which sometimes happens unintentionally and with surprisingly good results. It's like, what? I finished? What? I'm voting? Meanwhile, you know, you're thinking about your day or what you're going to do. It's interesting how the subconscious mind works. But only through repetition and experience. Fortunately, this series again forces you to drive this track with many different cars, so it's also good to learn the car, struggling with such a dynamic track. So I'm going to shut up now, and we're going to grid, and this is going to go fantastic. This is going to be fun. I can feel it. Or it's going to be a real boring road trip, and I'm going to tell you about something that you didn't ask about. Okay. But I'll try to
3 laps, car number 13.
All right, man, we're going green next time by. All right, man, we got a lineup on the right side. Pit road is closed.
This would be a good time to do my mirrors. Much better. So that looks okay.
This is a rolling start. Follow car number 11 in the right column.
Alright, here we go.
Catch the 7 car.
Race car speed is 53 miles per hour.
Catch the 11
To
car.
number 11.
A lot of Hondas. A lot of Hondas.
Get ready.
Avoid the carnage. Avoid the carnage. Avoid
Okay, mate, get ready.
the
Relax.
carnage.
Green, green, green.
Green, green, green. The guy in front is Resende, car number 16. C license.
Car on your right.
There's an incident in Hudson back. Looks like it's...
All clear, all clear.
All right, breathe.
That's how it happens.
Limits.
That's
Keep
how it
between the
happens.
lines. Good start, mate.
We were lucky. Let's not make it a waste. I'm gonna let this guy go. He's a little antsy. Maybe not.
The guy in front is Sia, car number 12. C license.
They're going 3 wide. That is spicy. First lap. They made it. Maybe.
Okay, breathe. The next car is Olivieri, car number 10. Slow in, fast out. Keep the inside line covered. Fernandez, car number 2, is now in the lead. Yellow flag, watch out. There's an incident in Ardeno Forst. We think it might be Anthony and Lassina.
I'm so sorry, man.
Car on your right.
I think we're okay.
You're right.
Clear on the right.
All good. We lost my
Incident
places,
in
but you know,
Metzgersfeld. It looks like
we aren't
Jackson.
we made it back. Whoa,
Come on,
wow.
track limits. Keep it between the lines.
So maybe the guy that rammed me
Car
is
on your
responsible
left.
for that one too.
Clear
That's
on the left.
really what you're looking for on this track is people like that who think they're speed
There's an
racer.
incident in Miss Hit Miss.
You know,
We think it might be
Oh,
Julian.
this guy who's
Car
too
on your
slow
Clear
left.
left.
in
There's an
the
incident
worst
in
place.
Spiegel Curve.
All clear,
Looks
all
like
clear.
it's Souza, clear left. Yellow flag.
You gotta know where to be or let people go. Like where Siphon? That is
The
not
next
the
car
place
is
to do it.
Franklin, car number 24, and their rating is 0.6.
Anyways,
Incident
we've been
in
fortunate.
right child. It looks like Anthony.
That's, this track is, it giveth and it taketh. So far, it is given. And hopefully,
You've got wheel damage.
that's okay.
We've got damage on the back end.
Okay. It's alright. Steering wheel still straight. 3X. What are you gonna do? It is what it is. This
Gap
track
to
is
Franklin
also
ahead is increasing.
very
It's now
good
2.8 seconds.
for just grinding some safety rating. You know, finish last with 0x and collect some safety rating. You know, there's a ton of corners and distance. So those are the two things that multiply safety rating and being close to the opponent. And depending on the series, like this one, you could be, you know, within half a second of each other for 7 minutes at a time, if not the whole race. Last week was the Formula V. That was a fun car to drive through here. Incidentally, the car that we was the main theme of this stream, the iRacing car. They've put it on this track, and you'd think it's like, oh, that's a slow car or four-banger. No way. That's one of the funnest cars on this track. You definitely like just hit the rev limiter, but
The gap to
throughout all
Franklin
these
ahead is now
corners,
2.9.
yeah, it's perfect. That one, the Formula V, the Radical open wheel prototype trainer, that is a fun one. And then any of the GT cars, of course, are, you know, pretty much designed around this track, such as the AMG Black, the Ford GTD, the fastest, I previously said it was the fastest production car at under 7 minutes, but it is the fastest American production
Incident
car at under 7
in
minutes.
Brunchen. It looks like it's Olivieri.
The record is held by the AMG 1, which is a spaceship, you know, not even a car, it's a spaceship. And I believe we're almost completed our first lap. Speaking of, anybody have to use the bathroom or anything, that might be a good time. Coming up on our 3 mile straight here, coming up here shortly. Please do return, and so you won't miss the conclusion of this fascinating exploration into the world of free digital storage. You know, it just boggles me that I can do this. It's most likely going to be watched once or twice by whoever after the fact, but you know, let's say this ends up being 4, 5, 6 hours long. That's 4, 5, 6 hours of
The
digital
gap to
storage
Franklin ahead is increasing. It's now 3.3 seconds.
that YouTube isn't gaining much from, in my opinion, other than people that are already watching YouTube, watching me for a second. So until, yeah, it's very surprising to me. I often wonder if the amount of storage you can fill up outweighs the revenue benefits. You know, because obviously that storage costs physical space on a hard drive, and those hard drives require power and security and servers to house, so it's amazing.
6.056.
Sixth
Meanwhile,
place,
we're
2
just,
laps left.
you know, tiny molecule of the internet, and 21 of us are racing on the north side in, millisecond delay while I'm streaming it. So, yeah. Welcome to 2025, I guess. I'm a tech geek. I've also found that I'm a bit of a tech bouge, I think people make fun of, bougie tendencies, but I would admit that I'm a bit of a bougie tech buyer, so, but it's important to use it. Not saying that I've got there, but this being the first stream, wanted to make sure Megatron was looking fine, and hopefully I'm presenting the view nicely. So in any case,
P7 is getting closer. The gap is now 4.4.
P7. Oh, we're in 6th place. Okay, I see. Oh, and podium position's up there. I see. I'll try now. Normally this is where I'd be enjoying some nice lo-fi soundtrack or some D&B, some drum and bass, but I did that on a test stream and it got flat, so I guess there's a lot for me to learn about what you can and can't put up, even background in low volume. They can pick out copyrighted music, so it's not surprising that YouTube has all sorts of bots to make sure everybody gets paid accurately, so rightfully so. In the future, I have some plans to bring in some of my own music. I am a musician by previous life. Alternate reality, if you will. Universe. In this universe right now, I am a Reef the Sim Racer. And other stuff I do that I could tell you about, but I'd have to kill you with boredom if I haven't already. So certainly, what I will say is,
Kim is gaining on you. The
I
gap
realize
is
I'm
now
talking to myself,
1.9 seconds.
and at some point, someone might take a little bit of entertainment from watching this full broadcast or even just this race and actually listen to what I'm saying. But yeah.
Okay, breathe. The
Already
next
lost
car
my
is
thought.
Spa, car number 20.
What I was
Their
going to
rating
say
is
is,
0.9.
being a very not typically talky person myself, I found that in previous times I've tried this, it's very therapeutic. Point being, for anyone who hasn't tried streaming, to stream, and even though you're not really talking to yourself, you realize that what you're
There's an incident in Mood Curve. You
putting
think it
out
might be Franklin?
is or could be viewed, and likely will be viewed, and that's the intent of it, right? So you don't want to sound like an idiot. And
You got one on your right.
being, it's a little bit of my previous
Still there.
lifetime.
Clear right.
Clear on the right.
Being in the entertainment industry maybe prepared me well for, not that I was in front of the curtain, but just knowing what is expected and, show quality. Yeah, so hopefully, if nothing else, what I put on YouTube and consume the free digital storage of the Google empire will be worthy of said,
The car in front of us
gigabytes
is
of
Kim, car number 9, C
disk
license.
space.
The gap to Kim ahead is increasing. It's now 1.2 seconds.
I certainly wouldn't do it if it sucked, or if I did, I would take it down. Because what's the point? You know, well, that is something that is interesting about the YouTube phenomenon. You know, someone said it perfectly. It's like, you know, to be successful, you either have to be, like, on another level of production quality where someone's like, oh wow, that looks really good, and they can't help but watch, or so bad and cringeworthy that, again, they can't help but watch. You know, anywhere in the middle, which is where 90% of us fall, it's, you know, it's just the norm. You either have to be uber fantastic or uber bad. And in both cases, uber lucky and, you know, there's a lot of work involved, don't get me wrong. But people do it, and that's not my intent. My intent is certainly just to share what I've been doing and maybe
Gap to Kim ahead is increasing.
Cool
it's now 2.9 seconds.
documented events from iRacing, which I don't know anybody's ever leveled up a license, you know, live streaming, but I'm sure it's happened. Certainly would have had egg on my face if it didn't go well. But you know, that is the beauty of it, is you never know. You're always a penny short, right? See, there's that tagline again. Penny short. That's kind of pessimistic too. Yeah, we don't want that. So it looks like we're still in 6th. It would be nice if we get a nice top 5, because that is tracked.
The leader has just done a 7:34.
We're covered behind us. 7th place is 26 seconds behind. So I think I can hold him off, given that he's got a donut flag, which means he's badly damaged. And yeah, luckily we didn't suffer too bad. And I don't know. I'll just say maybe we would have won if we didn't get rear-ended on the first lap.
There's an incident in
Oh, here we
Chicana
go.
Hohenrhein. It looks like
5th place, baby. Just like that. 5th place. Oh yeah.
42.03.
That's half the distance. You're looking good for fuel. E5. White flag, one more lap. That was 7:42.
He probably tried to pit, and that's a really tricky entrance, especially after you've been, you know, flooring it for about 5 minutes. All
There's
the
an incident
pitfalls of
in
this track,
Chicana Hohenrhein. It looks like it's Jordan.
and that's the same spot.
Raw behind is pitting now.
Yep. This is just people pitting that little known secret, but per the rules, a donut flag requires you to pit within 3 laps. So, what do you think if the entire race is only 3 laps long? Are you required to pit? Or if you suffer a donut lap on first lap
There's an
1,
incident in Chicana Hohenrhein. It looks like
will you
Jordan.
be penalized for not pitting? That's the question.
The gap to Kim ahead is increasing. It's now 5.9.
So I'll pretend like I have 100,000 or 99,000 subscribers and not reveal that answer until the 100,000 subscriber, and I have some fancy, you know, bots that ding and stuff. That'll be a long time. So the answer is no, you do not have to pit. You never have to pit as long as the donut flag doesn't impede your vehicle performance. If you can drive it safely and not kill people around the track, and you're just a little slow, typically. Sometimes it's just aero damage and you drive fine, but you'll be slow on the straights. You do not have to go in. You will not be penalized.
The guy
Do
in
not
front is Romero, car
stop,
number
go
23, and their rating
straight to
is
jail.
0.7.
You know, like 200, all that good stuff. Meanwhile, we're enjoying a nice drive here at the beautiful Nürburgring Nordschleife in our brand new factory fresh Audi RS3 CCR class car, purchased just before this stream. Okay.
We've been warned about track limits.
Okay. That is a bad place, but you certainly have to be able to get yourself out of trouble like that, and that wasn't ideal. Luckily there's no one around us, and we're just trying to finish this lap, and my steering wheel's still straight. Incidentally, I have two wheels. I wanted to comment on something that you might not find, interesting.
Before,
Never
ahead
thought
is
of before.
increasing. It's now
So I like the
8.8.
GT style, butterfly wheels, but especially on this track, when you're doing endurance races and stuff, and you bang a wall inevitably, or somebody runs you off the track. When it's red, then you're all compromised. You're like this the rest of the time. With a round or semi-round wheel, this one's pretty much round, it just has a flat bottom. I can just grip it differently. And again, it might slow me down, but it doesn't bother me as much as if I had a F1 style wheel or a GT3 wheel that was obviously not straight. So just a little something to keep in mind. But that said, you do, at least in my setup, how close the monitor is, lose a little bit of vision, but it's perfect where it's just at the top of the dash. But with the butterfly wheel, I can see it better. Yeah. Anyways, that would be useful for somebody to know if they're interested or have two wheels or have a bunch of butterfly wheels. Like, oh, I don't need a round wheel. It's like, yeah, but maybe you do. In my case, doing a lot of round racing and even NASCAR, it's also pretty key having a round wheel. So it's kind of an all-around GT. It's the BMW GT2 wheel that I picked up at, the Amtech price is still pretty expensive, but relatively cheap for them. And it's a very solid wheel. My other wheel is the McLaren GT3 that I got with my CSL DD 8 Newton meter, which is just enough, but down the road that might be something certainly I'd want to bolster. Not that I want 20 newton meters of power, but having more newtons available allow for the subtle road vibrations and dynamic changes to come out more. That's the real key. Not that it's overall stronger, it has more dynamic range. But that will be my next upgrade. My next upgrade is a
The gap to P4 in front is now
set of
11 seconds.
Stay tuned. Recently got the SimMagic DX8. Probably my one of my
It's okay, Yogo. I can stay behind you. I have that much.
pieces of kit.
Let's go.
No. God, guys, I'm not really interested tonight. But what I was saying is, you might have noticed I don't even use the sequential part because these paddles tend to work for 80% of the shifts in my iRacing racing, but it's there as a sequential, and that's really the only reason why I would want a shifter previously. Was looking at the sequential ones, the QX2 or whatever. Ended up getting this, and point being, having the ability to flip a switch and go into H pattern mode is amazing, because until you drive an H pattern car, I've driven today with a clutch and actual manual transmission, but a lot of the cars on this game, particularly, are transformed, being able to drive them with the H pattern, such as the Legacy Miata and the mini stock car. See, that was a Freudianism, talking about the shifter, and I used it for the first time. But in any case, yeah. Hey, that was not a terrible.
P5. That's the
There's the
finish.
flag.
Well
That was
It's
not
over.
a terrible performance overall. You know, I think we did.
There you go, man. Good job,
4
driver.
official races. I got a 5th, a 1st, a 2nd, a B license upgrade, and then a 5th on the Nürburgring. Let's watch a little bit of the action here for. So this is Hatzenbach. Always troubling because you're, especially first lap, cold tires, and their race is over. Luckily able to avoid that, and then that light blue car is the one that ends up punting us for whatever reason. He's a little antsy, and that's when you just gotta let him go. If I tried to be like, no, this is my spot on the first lap, chances are he would have run me off the road anyways, because that's just the kind of driver he is, and then that would have been the end of my race. But by letting him go, I had the option of letting him kill himself, which is half the time the best option, and you can see it in living color, or B, you just end up right behind him and pass him on the last straight. So, couple notes about Nürburgring tactics. This is also a very dangerous corner for first lap. Also don't want to take it too slow, or you'll get run the hell over. And then this, as we go up the valley here, Foxhole, is where I get punted. And I think I was going plenty fast, so let's see what he does here. And, luckily, that's all it was. Just a little, just a flesh wound, if you will. It's but a flesh wound, and I was able to continue. But in any case, I'm gonna let this play for a little bit and see if there's anything else of note. Or, you know what, this has been a fantastic 2.5 hours of iRacing success, for me at least. So yeah, I might just let this play out for a little bit and finish on a high. She might be a keeper. So I'm gonna mute and enjoy the action.
That's the end of the session.
Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed it. One thing, I do want to apologize for the voice quality. I will try to work on that. I had a chance to listen to myself back from this stream and thought it was a little bit difficult. I thought I had turned it up enough, but it's just a bad headset mic. So, being a former audio person, I have a particular passion for good audio, so I will let that one slide. I think this is still the second lap, and gonna let the last one play through as well, just for completeness. But certainly happy with the overall outcome. You know, again, I think it was 3 or 4 iRacing official races and 1 time trial to get us over the line of falling just a penny short of getting the B. Jumped onto a new track. That. Well, let's see what happened to that guy, actually. It's always fun. Yeah. My stream deck will cooperate here. Come on. Yeah, looks like he was trying to pit. Or maybe he just outbroke himself. He did have a donut, so he probably outbroke himself because he was busted up. So, in any case, one more lap to fill out this broadcast, if you will. Successful one in my book. If every day in iRacing for me was like this, I'd probably be pretty good. But yeah, not always like this. A lot of driving on the Nürburgring is, you know, it's very trite and a cliche, but driving and trying to beat the track, not so much wheel to wheel with other people, although that happens too. But you know, it's not the same kind of wheel to wheel because I don't really care if you lead for 3/4 of the lap as long as I can beat you at the last corner. And oftentimes it happens that way. Or in previous lap there, the guy trying to pit misses. The track is very narrow for what it is. It's a very old historic track. And yeah, it's just, as the Brits would say, mega in terms of its complexity, and you never really truly fully understand the track, and it's always different with whatever car and how your tires are. And if you make a mistake, it can be 5-6 minutes before you get back to the pits and your race is over. This in the broadcast world is called stretching. You know, you're stretching your content because you really have nothing else better to do. But you realize that, you know, this has been a good display so far, so you stretch it, milk it for what it's worth, and end it there. More than likely, I'll be watching this back myself and impressing myself, so, you know. Good job, Eve. I knew you could do it. Quite an impressive declaration of being able to attain a license ride, a license upgrade, if you will. Very Babe Ruth-esque. Bravo. Well deserved. Reeve. Lol. Anyways, it was pretty cool. Check it out if you didn't see it. iRacing before this one. I would do bonus run and do some WRC, but it's getting late. And again, too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. So we'll shortly sign off from the great wide interwebs. And again, next time hopefully you'll be able to hear me better. Reeve, go out and get yourself a new mic. You are a poor example. You should be ashamed as a former audio person. I might actually get kicked off here because we're actually still logged into the session. Huh. Yeah, we might get kicked off here. Let's see what happens. Till they turn off the lights. Alright, I'll put you out of your misery here. It was a fine second half of the lap, as we can see here in accelerated pace, 8x. There we have it. Well, let's see what we gain from that. Or maybe not. You wouldn't want to see what my, what's going on there? Well, that's just a view of us, 16x, while we're watching the replay broadcasted using up YouTube's digital storage. In any case, it's been 2 hours and 51 minutes of fantastic iRacing, hopefully. And thank you for joining me. My name's Reeve. And this is Megatron, aka Belinda Carlisle, and we'll be back. Thanks. Not as slick of a transition as I would have wanted, but would have looked something like, thanks guys. So I'll have that for next time. Anyways,